Hello and welcome. I am Annette Reeder from thebiblicalnutritionist.com, and today it's about answering your questions. And the questions that you have submitted are all about the Bible diet and weight loss. So this is going to be some interesting nuggets of information that everyone's going to benefit from. But before we get started, I hope you're listening to us on our podcast at Biblical Nutrition Academy. Be sure and check that out, or on Rumble, as well as on YouTube. And wherever you're following us, either on podcast, be sure and leave us a 5-star review. We would greatly appreciate that. And Rumble, be sure and subscribe. And on YouTube, subscribe and hit the bell. And that way you get notified every time we post more content. And it's all about you and answering your questions. So let's get started. Question number 1, what fats are mentioned in the Bible and used in the Bible diet? This was submitted by Jamie. Good question. I love thoughtful questions. So let's think about the fats in the Bible. First of all, let me just share with you, when you visit Israel, and if you haven't already been to Israel, I'm sure we're going to be going again soon, part of the Biblical Nutrition family. So be watching for that in our emails. Now in Israel, you're going to experience the number one fat, the most healthy fat, is going to be olives and olive oil. In fact, we even planted an olive tree and helped harvest olives when we were there one time. So that was incredibly good. So you've got the olives, you've got nuts, you've got pistachios. Pistachios are mentioned in Genesis 43:11. You also have fish. We've got fresh fish from the Sea of Galilee, Mediterranean Sea, lots of fresh fish. Besides that, you're going to have beans such as hummus and chickpeas, which would make your hummus. Now, they're not going to have as high an amount of fat as your fish and your nuts and your pistachios and your olives, and also avocados. Definitely a high fat and totally fits within the biblical food plan. You know, so even your chickpeas and your black beans, they have fat in them as well. So like I said, not as high of a quantity, but definitely good quality and good for your body. So thanks for asking this question. Question number 2, how do I lose weight eating this way? Referring to the biblical diet, the Bible diet. This was submitted by Nick. Learning how to recognize our body signals is the way we were intended to live. Yes, the biblical days had celebrations, and I'm sure they enjoyed a lot of food. And then we have 20 verses on gluttony. Yet food is not meant to consume us as it does today. Eating the foods that God designed in their purest form is what makes any diet work. Every diet out there that helps people lose weight is typically based on biblical foods. Eating foods only when you are hungry and stopping when you are satisfied, that brings freedom to be at the weight you were created to be. So never overweight, and you're always going to feel healthy. Too many times we eat because of addictions. Well, I really love my, and then you fill in the blank. Or we eat for fun. I love my popcorn and Doritos when I watch TV. Or we eat because of habit. Your body was created with cues, hunger and satisfied cues. Well, today we have to learn how to hear these cues, how to respond to these cues. We have to learn how to heal the microbiome so that the hormones, ghrelin and leptin, can work for us instead of against us. Too many people are leptin resistant, which means that they have a difficulty time. They have a difficult time learning hunger. When are they really hungry? When are they satisfied? They don't recognize the signals. And their weight is going to continue to be a struggle. Well, we can change that. And that's going to take some work. And the deeper we are into food addictions, the harder the climb out can be. When I interviewed Dr. Michael Brown from Ask Dr. Brown, he shared how it was easier to overcome his heroin addiction than it was his food addictions. Yet, now don't discard this, yet it was not impossible. And today he has gone 6 years free of his food addiction, and that means he has also not had 600 headaches. which in a 6-year period of time, he would have had 600 headaches. Well, if that doesn't inspire you to want to do this and to eat by the biblical diet, then I don't know what will. So it was worth it to eat this way. And by all means, emphatically, yes. So losing weight is very possible and it will happen. Stay focused and enjoy the journey. Thanks for asking this question. Number 3, how can I obey God with my diet? This was submitted by Sarah. Obeying God is about being responsive to what He is calling you to do. And that includes every area of your life. And yes, God spoke to me many times about my health and my eating. And yes, my eating and health were at an impasse. I had to make a decision. One thing had to change. Something had to change. Either call God a liar saying I can't lose weight, or let me have my ice cream and I'm just going to do what I want. Or I had to change my heart and let God show me His love and grace. And then stop living as if tomorrow doesn't matter. Start living as if my health is necessary, and it is. You see, we can serve God longer and with more energy when we eat healthy. When we eat healthy foods, we're going to feel amazing. We can share the gospel with more vigor, and we're not going to be lazy on the couch and waiting for someone else to fix this world that we're in. Hoping someone else is just going to go out and share the gospel when you have been called to do that yourself. Thanks for asking. Question number 4. How can I stick to an eating plan when my family refuses to? This was submitted by Tom. I so get what you're saying. This is a good question. Now, the first answer is you are the only person responsible for what you eat. Now, I doubt you're being force-fed. This means let's make it a joy to eat healthy, not a prison sentence. Let's actually make it fun to cook together. Try new recipes, new herbs, new flavors. Make it tasty, make it delicious, make it fun. This is what wins many people over to eating healthy. They're like, wow, I didn't know that could taste so good. And then start enjoying life. As you eat healthy, life becomes more fun. Now show off that fun to your family. And most of all, pray. I had a pastor friend. He went to a new church as their pastor. Only 51% of the people voted for him to come. Now, most pastors are like, well, I'm not going to go unless I get 90%. And I asked him, why did you go with such a low percentage of people wanting you? He said, God called me there. And then what happened to the other 49%? What happened to them? Well, he said, I prayed God would remove them. So within a year, God moved the dissenters away. No struggle, no arguing, no fight. It was all peaceful. One family member moved away for family reasons and job changes, and God moved them. Now, I'm not saying for you to pray for God to remove your family. Never would I say that. Yet I am saying don't limit God. If this is His desire for you to care for your temple and enjoy His foods, then ask God to change the hearts of your family. This is so within what He wants to do. And this isn't a foreign idea, and it's not magic. It's praying God's words back to Him and asking this request. Thanks for asking that question. Thank you for watching this video and letting me share these answers to your questions. To get your questions answered, please join our private Facebook group, Biblical Nutrition Academy. And when you join, we're going to ask you, hey, have you downloaded the 7 Steps to Amazing Biblical Health? That's the key to getting in the group. Now, this can be done at our website, thebiblicalnutritionist.com. That's where you can download the 7 Steps to Amazing Biblical Health. Free, free, free. Okay. When you go there, we're going to ask you, hey, what questions do you have? And that's where we gather these questions to answer them for you. And in the meantime, don't forget to put your comments and your rating for the podcast, your comments and your subscriptions to Rumble and to YouTube, because I answer almost every comment here on YouTube. And I look forward to sharing with you as well. In the meantime, don't forget, I'm serving you God's recipe for excellent health. And the very first ingredient is God loves you. He's loved you from the moment of conception. He will always love you. He is always there for you, and you can call on Him at any time. There is only one true God. Thank you for watching.